All right, so we have with us right now John Conrad. He's a dad from Connecticut. He's going through a divorce right now, and basically, some real disturbing stuff happened today with respect to him trying to actually see his kids, and we'll get to that in a second. But John, I'm happy you're here today. Can you just give everybody a background of who you are, where you're from, and what kind of case you have in the family court?
Yeah, thank you again, Richard. I really appreciate your work. I'm a Marine Corps veteran, and I was never married to this lady. We are so they call it a paternity deal, a paternity suit, and we are post judgment about a little bit over a year and a half after a second post judgment.
Where? What court?
So we are in Meriden court.
Okay. Who's your
And,
judge?
yeah, yeah, and so the judge is Price Borland for the Superior Court, and then they have this little other court called the Magistrate Court here that I went through today and almost got arrested.
Okay.
And that was in front of Judge Ferguson, who is the chief magistrate of the state of Connecticut and friends with Lissette's longtime family friend as well.
Who's that?
So his name is Donald Green.
Okay.
They are so Lissette's family owned a restaurant in town, and they were well connected in Wallingford for a lot of years. Uncle had some bad stuff, importing lots of nose candy and that kind of stuff. It was bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he got in trouble for murder, and then he got in trouble for that. So I mean, yeah.
They don't sound like savory people. What are you doing trying to tangle with this group?
I was in I was in professional baseball. I umpired baseball, and I came to through Meriden, Connecticut. Fell madly in love with their daughter that owned a restaurant and had a bar. I don't know if it was maybe the restaurant and the bar, but being an umpire, knowing it was a steakhouse was a good thing to do. And well, we did. You know what? When we got along,
were you a good umpire, or you were like Angel Hernandez? I hope you were better than Angel Hernandez. Were you a good umpire at least?
I'm nowhere close to as good as Angel Hernandez. He
I
made it
thought
to
he,
the major leagues. He made it to the major leagues.
but
What am I going to
that guy
say?
got it. But that guy got it wrong, 90% of the time. Didn't he?
Oh, it's not about right or wrong.
No, that's
Come
true.
on.
That's true.
Well,
So
now it is with video. Now it is with video.
yeah. So tell me what happened with. And I'm trying to get this now. You told me the story, and I want everybody to understand this. You have a situation where you're paying for after school, right? And the kid is going to after school, but you say, look, I can go pick the kid up after school and spend time with my daughter, right? You have a daughter?
Yeah, her name's Amelia.
And I can go spend time with her after school, and you don't have to pay any money, and we don't have to do aftercare, and I can spend the time. Let me go pick the girl up, and then I can take care of her, and you can have the kid back, and you try to go do that, and you almost got arrested. Is that basically this everything in a nutshell?
That's basically everything in a nutshell. Obviously, there was some fighting to try to stop this from happening beforehand.
Okay.
But yes, I'm getting arrested because I want to spend time with my kid.
And you want to bring down the cost of daycare, and you want to be
Yes.
with the kid and everything else. So what happened? What maniac judge made a ruling that says you can't be with your kid?
So he postponed this arrest for 2 weeks. He's also already basically told me what he's going to do, which blows me away because he hasn't made a judgment yet, but he said it on the record. But whatever. So he he did that. He put two guards behind me, like they were like breathing down my neck, right? And this attorney that he gave me, because I asked for ADA accommodations, he gave me an attorney instead, because now he can arrest me because he gave me an attorney.
Yeah.
He said I was imminent. Yeah. So he gave me an attorney, and I was like, I didn't say yes, no, nothing.
Was he like the dumbest bastard you ever saw in your life, or what?
I always say this: there's a difference between power and authority.
Yeah.
And he's got the power, and he does not have the authority to do what he did today. There is no way in God's green earth that any man could do what he did today and get away with it. I mean, it's insane. It's not fair.
So go through this with me. What happened? Start from the beginning.
Yeah. So this is so first one continued. This came into today. I'd never been served, and I got to start from the beginning on this one. Sorry.
Yeah, start from the beginning.
So the officer of the court who tried to serve me with a summons for child support court, which is nicknamed, it's the magistrate court, but it's child support court.
Okay.
Called me on a Sunday initially to give me service So I returned his phone call, talked to him, and he told me that I to report to New Britain Courthouse for 9 a.m. to pick up my paperwork. And I went, what is this concerning? Like, is this a fraud? I thought it was a fraud, to be honest. Like, I was like, oh, one of those, next thing you know, he's going to want me to buy, gift cards. So I call him back and he goes, and I went, and then he finally said, yeah, is this about a service? Are you trying to serve me documents? So let me get this straight. You want me to go to the courthouse and get served documents? No, I don't have time for that. I got to go to work. I got to pay my child support. And so we went back and forth. He left a couple of messages, threatened my driver's license, and then he also told me that he's having ex parte communication with the judges.
Okay.
Which I went, okay, that's not okay. So I brought all this up to him. I notified him, recorded our phone calls and that kind of stuff, because you never know what's going to happen, because it's crazy here in Connecticut. What do they call it? Corrupticate?
I know. The Constitution states the state that forgot about the Constitution.
It feels like I got shaken down from the get-go, from the start of this, from talking to the people over at Child Support Services. They will not work with you at all. They shake you down, and and every single one of them dismisses you, and it's like you're a deadbeat because you're not paying her, and I'm like, I'm just disagreeing with something. Am I not allowed to disagree? No, I'm not allowed to disagree either. So I go through that, get into it. This Michael Landry, I started asking him the basic question, like, where's my signature agreeing to this basic stuff? And of course they can't provide it because they just do what they want. So I'm going down, you go online, you get all that stuff, and I sorry about that. I go down online. It's like, all right, what does this guy say on the internet about this? What does this guy say on the internet about this? Because I'm learning this as I go. Yeah. And one of the things is make sure that they follow procedure. This is a procedure court, because he can't think outside the box other than you're in contempt. There's no gray area. You're going to jail. Like, it's a railroaded court to that. And I was like, I've never been in any trouble before in my life. Why would they go straight from here to there to jail? Why wouldn't it be like, okay, how about payment?
They want to put you in debtor's prison in Connecticut.
Yeah, well, either I'm going to lose my job. Then guess what? Arrears comes.
That's what they're going to do. They're going to put you into debtor's prison in Connecticut.
So 2 weeks, I'm going to be in prison. That's what they're going to do. God. If I don't give them a lump sum of money. I heard him say that at the end. I'm trying to get the money, get the
how much are they looking for?
Well, from $1,400 is a lot of money for me. It's like it's either 14 or 18. I don't know. I kept changing the day up. Like, I got the paperwork from her today, and I raised a question about that too, where it's like, I can't raise a defense with this. She just gave me the paperwork.
So they're going to charge you like $1,800. Say, let's say you charge $1,800 if you need to come up with it. You don't come up with it by a certain day. You go to jail for 2 weeks, right?
Yep.
And then you're going to lose your job, right? Yes. And you're still going to owe the $1,800. Right? At least, like you think the guy would be a mensch and take the $1,800 off if you had to do jail for 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, but you know what? This ain't right though. Like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not. I'm not going to do it. I'm not a drunk. I can't do it. I can't pay them for this. I won't. Like, it's not. No, they're going to have to take it from me.
Yeah. Well,
like, they're going to have to take it from me. No way. And I just
don't mess around up in Connecticut, man. They're gonna try.
Yeah, but I can't do it. This is like, I went in the Marine Corps, right? Yeah. And I took the same damn oath. Their oath break, like, that's not good. There was no due process at all.
Yeah.
I mean, eighth grade history, we learned that.
Yeah. Did you send this to Doge yet?
It's going there. It's going there. I got my buddy over in New Jersey too. He's doing a wonderful thing, man. I'm flabbergasted. It's difficult because you're going through it, right? You're seeing other people go through it, and when you got to do your stuff, you get ripped off of everybody else's, and you're like, oh my! And then I'm done for a week at least. It's like, it's so emotional.
At the end of the day, you have to come up with money. I talked to you about the court appearance today. What specifically happened? Who said what? And what's happening next? Talk to me.
Okay, so
and then talk about the stuff about after school, because that's the part that's the crazy part. So talk about it.
So the stuff, yeah. So I wanted to pick my daughter up after school, 3:30, have her until her mom got a job at the school. That's another damn thing and I've been complaining about that to the school because she, talks all this garbage about me. All the teachers are like afraid of me. I'm like shunned everywhere because I've asked them for help because of the parental alienation. And so she works in the school. She's with my daughter. She controlling like crazy. So what I would like to do is get her from school, spend some time with her, go pet the puppies at the pet store, get some ice cream, have some one-on-one time because I have another daughter who's 13. Oh, I'm sorry, she's 14 now. I haven't talked to her in over 3 years. The last time I talked to her was a fuck you when I gave her birthday present. Now, I haven't been around her for over a year, and she's still saying that. So that's not on me. That's on mom because I'm not influencing anything with her, And so that's going on there. And she's grooming this little one daily. I barely get phone calls with her. And I don't know what to do because I can't live like that. These are my kids. That's what I live for, right? That's what we all live for. So throw me in jail. I don't give a shit because you've taken it from me. You're doing it. If I don't stand up now, if I stand up, I talked to Luigi, I talked to all those guys. They're like, man, I wish I would have done it. No, throw me in jail. You're gonna have to. Like,
they're gonna throw you in, and you might not get out. You saw what happened to Paul Boyne.
Right. Well,
for 18 months, and he's still on an ankle bracelet.
It's crazy. Yeah, but somehow somebody's got to see this.
Yeah, I know.
It's why are they still getting away with it?
I can't tell you because everything I saw, I thought that Andrew Jackson got rid of debtors' prisons back in the 1830s. I thought it doesn't happen in America, but in the family court, it's out of control. Out of control.
I want to, all I want to do is spend some time with my daughter after school. That's it.
Wow. And they won't let you do that.
They won't let me do that, and they want me to pay for my ex to alienate her. Like, that's another thing. I was like, wait a second. So you want me to pay you now to alienate my child further from me? Great. This is bullshit. And Mr. Ferguson over there, what is he? He's a magistrate, which isn't real, right? They're like fakes. I don't know what they are.
They're like a Class A.
Right. In the bush, he's definitely in the bushes but man, I tell you, those guys are like rubbing right behind me, and I'm like, they're gonna put me in handcuffs, and she's sitting there.
Yeah. Those guys are like linebackers. You watch out for them.
And the funny thing is those guys are the ones that were in there that come and talk to me during our trial and still know me and still like during it, they're like, man, it's tough in here, man. I know. Like, have actually noticed that there's some bullshit going on with me, and they're the ones who are going to put me in handcuffs.
Yeah, they want you to pay for the further alienation, you say, of your and then they'll probably make you want to pay for reunification later on, right?
Well, and college when I no longer talk to them.
Yeah, but probably reunification. I know from the other ones in Connecticut, they love the reunification, right?
So I tried that. Mom blocked it actively, but that's okay. She's got Cohen and Wolf. Well, became Cohen and Wolf. My attorney, as soon as the GAL from the Children's Law Center, Alex Pizzone, saw it. Told me. I've got communication with him saying that he sees the alienation. He saw it. I was like, great. We're here. My family's gonna get help, right? The last day that we start our trial, everything changed. I have no attorney. They made a deal or something happened. Something funky happened where my attorney goes, okay, that's going to be $10,000 for a retainer. And I'm like,
who's your serious lawyer?
So it used to be Megan Smith.
Okay, out of what town?
Out of Bristol. Out of Bristol.
And who's her lawyers? Who are the lawyers?
So hers is Cohen and Wolf, and she's got Michelle Zulowski. She used to be with Reich, the other one that's just as bad. But I've written letters that I've been trying to get them to like, something's got to change. Our parent, they shanghaied me into the worst parenting plan with all these threats of I'm going to have to pay for lawyer bills. And I'm like, how am I going to do this? I'm going to go right. Like, I got out of bankruptcy when I met her. She's got caviar taste, and really, like, she's one of the normal Central Connecticut. I wear Louis Vuitton. Everybody's got to see me wear Louis Vuitton. But except in court when I'm trying to downplay it. It's sick, man. If you see her one day into the net, it's like, man, it's all theatrics, and they're buying it hook, line, and sinker. And I'm like,
so they came to you and they threatened you
Oh,
with lawyers with lawyers' bills, right? That's what they threatened you with. You're gonna have to pay lawyers' bills and lawyers' bills and lawyers' bills.
yep.
Okay.
I pay her lawyer's bill.
Did you see Donald Trump last week when he did his interview? And he talks about how he
55
pay
cents.
more than 50 cents on the dollar to the lawyers. The president of the United States doesn't pay lawyers more than 55 cents. Sometimes he pays them even less. And they're expecting you to pay 100 cents on the dollar.
I don't know no better though. You know, like that's not supposed to be that way. It's not supposed to be a den of thieves and lies. It's a public place where, like, maybe I'm freaking out of my mind, and that Shangri-La of a place where you get justice. Well, I get it, and they say it's not justice; it's equal. Well, they say equal. If it ain't equal, it ain't justice. What is it? So it's like, but I mean, there's lots that have gone on in this, man. Like, I told the judge that I'm dyslexic, right? So I comprehending, staying on task, doing that stuff that you got to sit there in court and do, and pass papers and actually like understand it. That's very difficult for me. But I get there, and so I told her that day one, and I didn't. Well, I didn't even know there was such a thing as ADA accommodations, and so I found that out from a Facebook chat after I disclosed it, and then I came back and I said, "Wait a second, my whole trial was a sham." Then, like I told you that I had difficulties.
Yeah.
You didn't ask specifically for ADA accommodations, sir. I don't know that that's true.
You didn't say the magic words.
I didn't say the magic words. I didn't say asylum. I guess.
Yeah. Whatever it is, sanctuary. Who knows?
All I know is in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, when I was down there, that's what we called them Cuban asylum seekers. That's what asylum. They would just start yelling asylum, asylum, asylum.
Yeah.
So, but that was the magic word. If they said that, we had to take it. That they had to say it. They had to pronounce it.
I know. That's crazy. So listen, give me. I'm gonna give you a little a write up on this. I'll put it up on the Family Court Circus. Let everybody know what's going on in your case. Give me a takeaway. What's going to happen, and what do you want people to know?
I want people to know that enough is enough. I'm going to be arrested in 2 weeks. First, wanting to see my kid after school, and save our family some money, for God's sakes. Save our family money, thousands of dollars.
And so, what court is this? Who's the judge?
So it's magistrate. Let's not promote him. Magistrate Ferguson, who is the chief magistrate officer in the state of Connecticut. He presides Wednesdays in Meriden. It's downstairs. It's in the basement.
Okay. And he's ready to send you to Connecticut debtor's prison.
If I don't come up with a lump sum of money in 2 weeks, I'm going to debtor's prison. Yeah. Right. A lot to think about this 2 weeks because I can't do it.
Yeah.
Damn it.
All right, Johnny. Well, keep us posted on what's going on.
I will. If anybody wants to come down and just see this, I invite them to. I'd love that. I think we need to start getting people in the courtrooms and making some noise. It's time. Right. It's time.
All right, great. Thanks for your time today, Johnny.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.